Hey guys, how's it going? It's me, Andy, and I'm here with another quick battles match, but this is gonna be something a little bit more different. So I think what I want to do now is one out. Well, not what I want to do now, but I just want to make probably like a segment or a series where I bring builds that are super cheesy and just abuse every aspect of the game mechanics and just armies that are just so impossible to beat with certain factions and just abusing just multiplayer system in general since there is no rules in multiplayer normally. So this is going to be the dwarf versus elf matchup. I'm going to be playing as elf. This is just a random player. His name is Dream. I'm not sure who is he, but just to give you a heads up before the match, this is gonna be just so cancer. This is not to me. Please don't hate on me for doing this or anything, but this is just to show you how bad this matchup is. I did do it on my friend in practice, and I warned him, and he said it was fine. But this guy is random, so I gave him a warning before the game started, and I said it's okay if you all F4 this matchup. I won't get mad at you, cause I won't. If this was on me, like if I was playing against this and I didn't know about it, and I was him, I would try to do something so I don't get a loss from this type of build, because I'm pretty sure C8 does not have this in mind when they have multiplayer, when people are playing. They don't have this in mind where it's so bad that the one player is so merciless against the other and he can't do absolutely nothing to defend himself and he just gets destroyed. This is how bad the matchup is. I'll go over my build. So I have 3 Waystalkers with Arrow Cronus, 3 Waywatchers, 2 Glade Guard, 6 Eternal units with shields, and Death Through with Flock of Doom and his little missile thing. So right at the beginning, I casted Flock of Doom off a cooldown. My Waystalkers attacked his artillery, and now my archers are going to be shooting onto his correlers. So I hid my units in the woods so he can't see where they are at, and all of my units actually have stock. So Waystalkers have stock and the Waywatchers have stock. So right now he doesn't have any idea where they are. I mean, he can see them now. Well, not this one, but he doesn't really know where my main infantry force is or anything. So they just speed this up. This is just going to be total nonsense, cancer, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, like I said, I warned him. I told him, you can leave this match. You can not concede. You can all F4 this game. I won't get mad. Because generally, I don't care if you all F4 cheesers. Like, if they cheese, bring a really dumb build that just is so abusive to the game that it's just not the way Warhammer should be played, then yeah, you can leave. And this build is by far, I don't know how you can slice it, but this build is by far totally abusive to the game mechanics, to Total War. The dwarf player cannot do anything, no whatsoever. I'm pretty sure there's probably a few builds that can probably win, but even then, if I had a Glade Lord and some Cav, I can still run away from him if I wanted to. If he had like full Slayers, like 10 Slayers maybe. But who's to say that you're gonna expect this army every time? Because what if I just bring a normal standard heavy armored build? Your full Slayer build won't work, because they won't do well versus heavy armored. Wait, are they armor piercing actually? Actually, let me see. So maybe that might be a good idea. Oh, never mind. They don't have armor piercing. But yeah, this build is actually, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's other builds of this elf, but look, he can't do anything. And it's mainly because it's when the hotfix, when the Fullest Wood Elves came out, they weren't that great. But when they got the hotfix, when they increased the range on some of their units, Waywatchers and Glade Guard just became super obnoxious and overpowered, simply because of the range. They have 80 range compared to, let me try to get them. 180 range compared to the normal average archer, which is 160. So basically, you can never get shot if you could macro your units well. I didn't macro well, so obviously they're getting shot, but their units can never shoot you if you just macro them well, because you shoot one volley, when they come walking in range, you run away. And plus, this matchup is even worse because you can't catch their archers because you have no cav. The only thing you have is Slayers, which are the same speed, I think. Or actually, they're 40 speed. But they're still, that's the only thing. You're going to be out here in the open, away from your cover, and I can just shoot you down with the Waywatchers now. More easier. And if I have Cav or And if you do, I guess if you push out with your slayers, I can move my infantry in, which slayers don't do well versus infantry. So that's basically the idea. It's just shoot the dwarf player, Flock of Doom, spam it until whenever it's off cooldown, and just keep on going at it. Even in tournament matches, this is even more worse because you can actually bring the Glade Lord lady that's flying, and you can scout them much easier. But yeah, look at the damage I've done. He killed 40 units, and I've killed already almost 300 units of his. And I haven't even broken a sweat, or I haven't done anything that's impressive. All I've been doing is just point and click, run away. Let me just put this back a little bit. Look at how much damage Flock of Doom has done to him already. I probably should have cast it over here since these are already super weak. But yeah, I'm just right here whenever they... And the thing is, if you run out of ammunition, who's to say that you are supposed to engage? You know, obviously it's a kind of ethic to engage. I don't know. I see people with kite. But the elf player still doesn't have to engage. He still has waystalkers that still have to shoot their ammo. And you can... What people can do is actually stop ammunition on 2 of them and just shoot on 1. So whenever this one's out, then you shoot with this one's out, and whenever that one runs out, you shoot with this one. And that's basically 20 minutes already. And that's it. Your game's over. If you don't win, well, it's a draw. You don't suffer anything. Your army's still full intact. But now I'm going to be moving out my infantry. Because I know he's already really weak. I mean, all he has left is just his slayers that are full health and some of his lords. But I think I can take it off now. And I still have a lot more Winds Magic left. Maybe about 2 more casts of Flock of Doom. And I still have Arrow of Cronus unlimited, which will still do a lot of damage to him. Yeah, look at this. Look at that. Just so much damage. I don't understand how you can beat this. I'm pretty sure there's armies, but you're not gonna... It's probably a certain army just to beat this build. And if they don't bring this build, we're gonna be screwed. Maybe like a heavy unit of slayers, like probably 5 or 6 slayers. But even that probably won't work, because what if they have like some cav plus infantry combo that they can stop your slayers when they get out too far? It's because the slayers' speed compared to their counterparts are very fast. So they'll be out ahead, really ahead of their own units, so they can get caught out really easily. And you can't really support them a lot. But yeah, this build is just another Flock of Doom right in the middle. I mean, like, I don't understand. But yeah, I think I'm going to be doing series where I bring builds that are super abusive. Just destroy the fact of the game, like, just the way Total Warhammer shouldn't be played, but it's still being played this way in these certain matchups. And just, I don't know. This is why I don't get really too mad at Alt F4s when you Alt F4 this kind of stuff, the stuff that I'm doing. Because I wouldn't, it's just, the game is not perfect, if that makes sense. The game's not perfect, so that's why they cannot remove Alt F4ing. The game is not perfect yet. Until it becomes ultra balanced, where some of these armies aren't actually possible, then it's fine. Because this, I don't think there's any way to beat this as a dwarf player. You can, I played a guy who brought full gyros. It still didn't work because my waystalkers just beat them. My way watchers and waystalkers just destroy them. All I'm using is just archers, the missile, and Flock of Doom. And like, look how much damage I'm doing. Look at all this damage. There was actually a post that when I first did this, when it first came out, the hotfix for the range. Oh, I'm also putting my units uphill so I don't fight. I mean, yeah, I'm actually putting them... I went around so I don't have to fight them uphill. So now he's trapped in this little ridge right here. So he either has to get out or fight in here. But yeah, when it first came out, the hotfix, I played this. It was like my last game on my stream when I was streaming. And some guy posted it on Total War Warhammer, the forums, and saying that it's unbeatable. I'm not sure if it's still there. It was like 3 weeks ago. I'm not sure if they even changed it, but this was 3 weeks ago and it's still here, and I still beat this guy pretty hard. Well, not super hard, but I still abused the range that I had and just the ideal of what I was doing. It'd be a nasty Flock of Doom right now. Dang. Holy god, this is so bad. I told him you can all F4. I wouldn't. I'll F. Just tell me. I'll F4 myself, and we won't have to play this. And he didn't answer, so I just kept going, and we played. I hope he didn't concede or anything, but I would not get mad if you all F4 this. Like, it's fine. I only get mad if you alt F4 an actual defeat, where you're playing a really good match, it's a close game, and you finally about to win, and then he alt F4s. And on top of that, he's actually high on ranking ladder. That would trigger me so hard. That triggers me. But this type of stuff, it's fine. I wouldn't get mad if you alt F4'd me, because this is just terrible. But yeah, let me just fast forward. It's kind of over by now. Like, he still did a lot more damage. It's maybe because Ethereal Guard just not that great. Well, they're okay, but they're not the best unit. And plus, I didn't have a lot much gold left to bring anything else. But yeah, this just looks horrible. Now he just doesn't have enough units to support his lords. So now they're just getting singled out by my lords, and I'm just picking them off one by one. Yeah, I don't know what he could have done here. Like, or I don't know what you can do as a dwarf. It's just so bad, this matchup. And it's so abusive. It's so nasty. It's like everything. This is why I don't think you can take off alt F4ing yet. You have to fix every mechanic of the game, which is very difficult, and balance everything. I don't think they have enough people who are playing our PvE, like practice games or stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if anyone else knows about this. I'm pretty sure, because I did this and then it had like a lot of people looking at it when they some guy posted on the forums. But yeah, I don't think there's any way you can beat this as a dwarf. It's just terrible. This is not the way the game should be played. This is why I always get mad at cheese, that it's just very abusable. But yeah, I don't know. Sorry if whoever this guy was. But yeah, look at, like, my main units didn't really, my lords, I guess if I played him more better, it wouldn't have took any kills, but it was kind of getting more annoying. Even I was kind of getting tired and annoyed of playing this, so I just ran my units in and still kind of took a lot of losses, but whatever. But it's just, the point is that this is just too much. I don't think there's many things I can beat it as dwarf, if there is any, but it's just mainly this. Elves versus dwarf is just terrible. Just get Flock of Doom, Waystalkers, and you win. Maybe bring some caps so you can just run around, never get caught. You just win. Even if you start losing or you don't do enough damage, you can just run away and just kite out for a draw. So the dwarf can basically never win. 100% of the time, dwarf will either lose or it will be a draw, and you'll never win, and you'll suffer 20 minutes of waste time, which is terrible and just annoying. I mean, I don't know what your thoughts are on this, but yeah, I'll probably be doing kind of those kind of segments of really cheesy builds that you should probably try to avoid if you see a faction coming and you might expect that build. Just don't mess with it. But yeah, well, again, sorry if whoever was that guy, but yeah, just to prove a point that some builds, some things on Warhammer are just very abusable. Like, the mechanics are just disgusting. So, alright, well, I'll see y'all later.